Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about tourniquet use and how to use specifically the combat applied tourniquet or the combat application tourniquet. So first of all, who needs a tourniquet? Tourniquet is applied to limbs where there is excessive bleeding that's pooling underneath them, or bleeding that cannot be stopped by direct pressure. Now, sometimes tourniquets may be used with or without packing for additional wounds, but most of the time a tourniquet is used for limb bleeding only that's arterial or large venous in nature. The one that we're going to talk about today is the CAT tourniquet made by North American Rescue Products. This one is blue, which in most cases signifies training. There is a orange one and there is a black one. But today we're going to be looking at the blue one. They all look the same as far as physical properties, just the color. So we have the windlass rod, a lot of Velcro, and a red tip that I want you to be familiar with. The red tip is also stiff, makes it easier to find, makes it easier to see. Okay, so for example, we're going to say I need to apply a tourniquet to the patient's left arm. Ideally, we want to, if we know where the bleeding is, we want it to be 2 to 3 inches above the wound or above the joint. We do not want to place tourniquets over the knees or the elbows because they are ineffective. So let's say the wound is just below the elbow. So we're going to go just above the elbow. Okay, we're going to put it on. I'm going to go above the elbow. Now the key with tourniquets is especially with these type of tourniquets, you want to pull all of the slack out. And once the slack is pulled out, you want to get it all the way around. And we're going a little slow so you can see it. We want you to twist the windlass until bleeding is stopped or you cannot feel a radial pulse. In the dark or in a rush, you may just twist it till gushing stops or bleeding stops, and then you can reevaluate that in a moment. So we twist, we twist, we twist. There is no number. It might be 2 times, might be 3 times, might be 4 times. Don't forget, tourniquets hurt a lot, and we have to speak to our patient about why we're hurting them and what the availability may be of medicines for advanced providers to come and give them some medicine if it's on a basic level. We want to take that. We want to bring anything extra across. We want to take the time, write it down. If you're busy and you're on a scene and you lost your Sharpie, you can't find it, you can't find a pen, go up on the air and ask dispatch to mark the time for tourniquet. Also, do not be concerned with any tourniquet usage under 2 hours as far as hurting the limb or causing any permanent damage. Less than 2 hours has minimal to almost no long-term effects if it's less than 2 hours. But again, they're going to bleed to death in approximately 3 to 5 minutes if it's a large arterial bleed. So we want to apply it quickly. High and tight may be a term that you hear if you cannot identify where the bleeding is. You may go all the way to the top or all the way to the top of the leg if you need to do that. You can put this directly over clothing. There's no reason to cut all the clothes off to find the wound if they're bleeding that significantly. So high and tight if you need to, 2 or 3 inches above the wound, avoiding the elbow or knee if needed. Apply, twist till gushing stops or the radial pulse disappears. Pull your tail over, bring your time tab across, write the time or signify the time via radio, and then make sure you document that in your report. Thank you.